Eastman, it's just started from when I was a kid, young. Got into my reggae music from when I was like 11, 12 years old. But going back, um, went to school, met a lot of people there. One of them was very influential. Was Roddy Forrest. I've known him since I was 11 years old. We're 56 now, both of us. It's a long time to know someone. So Roddy's my right hand man, and just got into the reggae music and like really and truly Jamaican culture and that from I was young. So it's my life. Reggae music is my life. There's nothing like it to me on any music whatsoever. And Eastman sound, it was just into my early teenage. We started building a sound system. Not with Roddy. Roddy went his way. I built my sound system. Started playing at clubs and that, linked back up with Roddy. Roddy was in and out because he does his live group, like with Black Slate and all that. So he was back and forwards, always touring. Just sound system, playing other sound systems in Hackney, Stokenton, Fat Man, Unity, Jemmy Magic, sounds like that. It was great times. It's just from a kid, you know. The bass lines, you can't beat it because to me, reggae music is all about bass lines. It's like the basses you get, the sub bass and the low hertz and everything, shaking up buildings. We used to have like 30 hertz on a preamp, and we could shake buildings like with just a preamp, you know, and the bass line. So reggae music was all about bass lines, and obviously you went further on with the vocals and the MCs going back in the day, like Josie Wells, them kind of people, Yellow Man, Ecomass is like an early man sampled. It's just got a lot of influence on a lot of, I mean, early hip hop, pop music, everything. But in today's drum and bass jungle as well, massive influence, massive. And I'm glad it did, you know, glad it did. It, it wasn't my musical taste because I'll admit hardcore music and that weren't appealing to me at all. I got into it through security. Um, my dad, Sting, had the rave telepathy. I was head security, had my guys in security. That's where I was introduced. See, them times, Brocky Koji, they was going hardcore years before biology and all that. They were raving there, and I used to like say, "Where you going?" We used to say like, obviously the old acid thing or whatever. And like, it weren't until a couple of years later that I actually, and then it was funny because the first couple of telepathies, I stood in there, and you could hear something about the music, even in the early hardcore. You could still hear influences of what I liked and where it was coming from. And then obviously over the next couple of years, things changed and that. But yeah, it's like I fell into it on a different course, but it became my main course. And from then, I kind of dropped out the reggae scene for a good 10 years, I suppose. Still had my music, played at private parties, little christenings, still kept in touch, but not with new music. I never kept in touch with new reggae music at all for 10 years. So, yeah, mental. It's to me, that was one of the things, I mean, later on at telepathy when it come through. I mean, obviously, move on from telepathy days to like Jungle Fever, Roast, um, and then telepathy come back again, more jungle. I mean, one of them going back was like Cool's third birthday at Astoria. To me, that is a dance, a jungle dance, what can never really be done again. There was like over 3,000 people inside, 5,000 outside. The vibes, it was just amazing. Everybody in the building were feeding off each other. I swear to God, you could have turned the music off and the still vibes still would have been there just because of the euphoria of our people enjoying themselves and as one. You know what I mean? It was amazing. More organised. Definitely more organised. Um, Better quality production. Everything's more together. I think what Jungle did, it went through the very raw process, got commercialised a bit, settled down, got oversold, all settled. And I think what we got now is a new generation of people who actually believe in jungle, really, not just for money, but for the music, you know. And it's like it's come back more musical, not so raw, a bit more polished. It's all more polished, I think. That's why I look at it. Easy way to say it to me, the jungle scene of nowadays is more polished to what it was. Well, I've got to be biased. It's like Brocky and Det, the foundation of true jungle. It's like they've never left it either. And obviously, Ragga Twins to me represent everything what jungle should be. They live and eat it. They come from the ragga scene, but the reggae scene, not ragga. They come from the reggae scene, which is important, not ragga. They come from the reggae scene years ago, the originals, right through now, and they live, breathe it and everything. And I know how much they love the jungle music. And so people like that definitely represent it 100%. I'm gonna smash it. It's gonna, you know what? I'll tell you one thing I found that the other day I was going through some old dub plates. A lot of my dub plates are ruined. They've been in my basement. I pulled one out and I managed to get it clean. It's an original Peter Bounce. It's the first time Peter Bounce was ever voiced. I voiced him in my front room on a PDK metal tape through a little mixer, and we've done an Eastman dub. And when we used to play it out, it used to tear it. So I'm going to play that on the night. I think my last tune on my first, I don't know, but I'm going to play that tune because it's clean enough to drop and it's a wicked tune. And the bass line, it's got an intro bass and another bass drops in. I believe it will smash it. It's just, but that tune to me, when I play it, it just brings back everything. And when I thought, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to play that on that night. I've definitely got to play it. It means a lot, that tune as well. As I said, Peter Bounce's first ever voice tune, on vinyl.